Ever since new girls Zooey Deschanel and Jonathan Scott from HGTV met while doing Carpool Karaoke in August 2019, the two have been undisputed couple goals. Still, there are a few things about this oddly perfect pairing that have fans scratching their heads. Some people have a relaxed approach to dates, wanting them to seem casual and not overscheduled. On the other hand, when Jonathan Scott and Zooey Deschanel went on their first date, Scott had everything planned out exactly. Thankfully, that's exactly the kind of thing that Deschanel liked. In a People interview for their October 2023 cover story, Deschanel explained that she did an escape room for the first time on her first date with Scott, and that she's gotten better at them over time.
Well, actually, the very first date we went on, you were impressed because I sent you a schedule.
Believe it or not, this ended up being as far from a red flag as you could imagine.
I was like, oh my God, he sent me an itinerary. This is like my dream.
After dinner, drinks, and the escape room, their first date also included karaoke. A first date schedule is strange, but love looks different for different people. Before seeing a psychic for the first time, you should know that they could possibly predict a major change in your relationship status. According to Jonathan Scott, that's what happened to him after a tarot card reading. Before his relationship with Zooey Deschanel, Jonathan dated Jacinta Kuznetsov for 3 years. They broke up in 2018. When Jonathan and his brother Drew Scott were at a wrap party for one of their shows in Toronto the year after, a special guest was there. In 2022, Jonathan told Entertainment Tonight, "We had a tarot card reader at this party, but we thought, this'll be fun, everybody will enjoy." The tarot card reader gave him an interesting prediction. Jonathan explained, "When she was doing my cards, she's like, yes, you will be a father within the year." And I'm like, missing some key information there, because I wasn't even dating anyone at the time. 3 months later, I met Zooey. We then started dating, never even thought of it until all of a sudden, I was the Insta-dad. Deschanel had 2 children with her ex-husband, Elsie and Charlie. It seems they approve of Jonathan as an additional paternal figure in their lives. It's hard to believe someone who works on home renovations professionally would flub any sort of measurement. But Jonathan Scott initially botched Zooey Deschanel's engagement ring. He popped the question in August 2023 while on a trip to Scotland with Deschanel and her 2 kids. The details of the engagement are so sweet, and Elsie and Charlie were involved in it too. However, one thing that was a little off was Deschanel's ring. Although it was the unique cut and color she wanted, there was one glaring problem. During their October 2023 People interview, Deschanel said,
"It was big for me. I didn't wear it."
When people questioned where the ring was, Deschanel would explain the size discrepancy. Scott admitted that he, quote, measured so badly, he was afraid to take one of Deschanel's rings to the jeweler in case it was for toes or pinky fingers and not ring fingers. The jeweler advised size 6, which wasn't the case. Deschanel said the ring was actually size 5.5 the first time, before being refitted to size 5. Her true ring size is 4 3/4. And at the time of the interview, the ring still needed more work. The ring drama doesn't end there. Scott also almost lost Deschanel's engagement ring in another country. One of Jonathan Scott's talents is stage magic, and his past career as an illusionist led to him becoming a member of the Magic Castle in LA. In their October 2023 People interview, Scott and Zooey Deschanel explained the circumstances of their first I Love You, which happened to be at the Magic Castle. Scott explained,
We were sitting at a magic show, and that's when I turned over and I told her that I love her.
Deschanel confirmed that she did reply I love you back to him, but not without also making a Star Wars joke and claiming she actually said, I know. Seem familiar?
Did Nick just tell me he loved me for the first time?
Yeah.
And did I do finger guns back?
Yeah, you did.
It's unknown if that monumental visit to the Magic Castle is the same visit the couple did for the 3rd anniversary of the day they met in August 2022. In an Instagram post Scott shared from that day at the Magic Castle, he spoke highly of Deschanel, and with a smiling heart-covered emoji added, "You make everything better." Society's reliance on the internet means most people across the spectrum of celebrity, from the niche famous to the ultra famous to the sort of well-known, use social media to share updates about their lives with the world. Jonathan Scott and Zooey Deschanel do as well. After they both posted a photo from Universal Studios' Halloween Horror Nights on Instagram in October 2019, they've continued sharing sweet photos and videos of their relationship with the world. In April 2023, Deschanel shared a black and white picture of herself and Scott on Instagram with the caption, "My favorite photo booth partner." Scott shared a video for Valentine's Day 2024 that was silly and heartfelt, where he did a voiceover as he penned a card for Deschanel. After listing off some of her lovely attributes, he expressed excitement at their future marriage.
I can't wait to be your husband, and I can't wait to continue making you laugh and still pinching your butt at 90 years old. I love you to the moon and back.
For the non-famous and people who prefer a quieter, private life, being so public about your relationship may seem odd. However, in Scott and Deschanel's case, it seems like a byproduct of just how much they love each other. They do keep something secret, such as when Scott used the 2024 eclipse to tease the date and location of his and Deschanel's wedding, while still keeping us in the dark about their wedding details.